Welcome to Beyond the Press Release, our production of Gore column, in which we take the time to speak with small cap executives after they put out important news. And trust me, this company has put out important news. If you don't know who they are, it's GameOn Entertainment, trades in Canada under GET, for our friends in the US under GMETF. The company, what do? They power the best content in the world with the most innovative predictive gaming technology. So what they do is they provide broadcasters, TV networks, leagues, tournaments, sportsbooks with interactive social experience around the sports, television, and live events. More than just lip service, because a lot of people want to talk the talk. Their partners include Comcast, NBC Universal, and Bravo. Their backers include, we're going to hear about today, Polygon Studios, Brand Capital International out of India, Techstars. It's unbelievable who they've got. And they've secured white label projects with several partners in sports entertainment already, including India's MX Player in June. A lot of you don't know who they are. They're bigger than Netflix India. And the success of that, and we're going to talk about that, has now led to expansion to 3 additional sports beyond cricket into soccer, tennis, and kabaddi. Matt, welcome to the show, my friend.
Thank you. It's good to be back. A lot to update you on.
Man, some great stuff that's going on here. So the first thing I want to do, let's talk about it for 45 seconds, because you're a relatively newly listed company, so we can't assume everybody knows exactly what you do. In about 45 seconds or a minute, that layman's overview of how you provide these services to big, B2B side, so you can help them connect with me, the B2C side, even better.
Yeah, so how we like to explain it is to start with the problem. And the problem for content owners, so that's TV, broadcasters, leagues, teams, the problem they're experiencing is that people aren't consuming content like they used to, especially millennials and Gen Z. They don't just want to watch the linear content. They don't just want to sit and watch. They want to play. They want to engage. They want to be part of the content. And, TV and networks and broadcasters haven't really adapted, and they've seen their viewership decline rapidly. They're not only becoming the second screen, they're actually becoming the never screen. In the case of millennials and Gen Z, they're not watching. So we're helping them not become the never screen by providing gamification technologies that make their content more engaging, social, and ultimately monetizable. So we're building white label game technologies that plug into their environment, either in their mobile app, their TV app, or their website. And it doesn't look like a game on experience. We're just the product and technology partner that fuels their experiences. So when we work with Bravo, it lived in the Bravo app. When we're working with MX Player right now, it lives in the MX Player app. We're just that technology partner, and we're driving our business through licensing and revenue share. But that's, in a nutshell, what we're doing.
That's a major problem you're solving, because look, I forget about young millennials. I'm Gen X, I guess. I'm 50 plus, and I can't just sit and watch a Dallas Cowboys game and just stare at the TV. Yeah. I'm on Twitter. I'm on different apps. We're talking. So what you're doing is solving a major problem.
And our chairman always, and I've said this 1,000 times in other interviews as well, if he has teenage children and if he gives them the remote control and says, put on ABC or NBC, they literally don't know how. That just sums it up right there. That's a massive problem, not only for that TV network, but for the leagues that are on them, for the teams that are on them, for the sports books that are creating markets around it. So it's just a waterfall effect of problems that they need to solve.
And more than just you guys identifying a problem, because anybody can identify a problem anywhere. We all do it, right? Oh, that's a problem. I would solve it this way. You guys have now some tangible, results on. I'm going to talk about MX Player, the cricket predictor. You guys had 2 million predictions in 3 weeks. So you guys have obviously, I don't want to say solved it, but man, you have really, really penetrated that market. How successful was that? Did that even surprise you guys to get that many predictions over 3 weeks?
Yeah, I mean, we were really excited to get a B2B product in the market like this because we're able to now, investors are able to touch and feel a product and see results. So we weren't surprised. We always say like we're the right people to do this because of our backgrounds, our passion and experience in sports media and entertainment, from the Brooklyn Nets, Madison Square Garden, Dapper Labs and Top Shot, Take-Two Interactive. So we firmly always believed we're the right people. But to see it come to life is really exciting. And yeah, it was just the first few weeks of that partnership, millions of predictions made. Because of that, MX Player expanded our partnership very quickly, expanded the scope of work and the number of games to now do games for soccer, tennis, kabaddi. They'll go live in 2022, which means more revenue for us as well. And that is showing our strategy. We want to start off with a project or two with these big media organizations that we can grow our tentacles quickly, and have 5, 10, 20 projects going with one partner.
Did that success, Matt, spur on other potentially interested parties? So let's say you're talking to GeorgeCom and Agoracom, who like, okay, I like your technology, not sure yet. And then you send them that result and say, and by the way, the reason I'm using GeorgeCom is I don't want to use any major names, just so we're not, just in case I step on some toes. So do you then send out a message to GeorgeCom, say, hey, George, when we're talking, we got 2 million predictions 3 weeks on MX Player Cricket, and suddenly it opens up more opportunities even beyond MX Player?
Yeah, absolutely. So, we try and double down on where we're finding success. So, in this instance, the Indian market and the cricket market. So we're going hard at both of those and getting a lot of traction. Another example is we did a deal with Gaming Society where we're going to democratize women's sports and bring gamification to that, women's leagues.
And that's Kevin Garnett's startup. So that's got high profile.
Yeah. And off the back of that, now we're going after more of those types of companies and opportunities. And then the back to the Indian opportunity, and there's no doubt that MX Player relationship and success led to the investment from their parent company as well. So from all standpoints, having more products in the market, which we've started doing and will have more in Q1, certainly helps not only new partners touch and feel the product, but new shareholders as well.
So yeah, and I want to get to the financing, by the way, because it seems like there's a real cascading, amazing effect that happened from that success. Explain to everybody how you generate revenue. So you got these 2 million predictions during this, kind of test run for the cricket tournament, and now you're going to go with MX Player and really roll out. So I'm presuming it's going to be full time next year for cricket, for tennis, for soccer, kabaddi. How do you guys generate revenue? Is it a flat fee licensing, or do you get a little cut of the ongoing action as well? How do you guys generate revenue?
Yeah, so every partner has a license attached to it, and it just depends on the type of product we're rolling out with them. We have prediction games, fantasy games. We have a product we call quests, where you're not predicting anything, but you're making certain achievements and hitting certain milestones, like going to a game or checking in at a partner location. That's quests. Some have NFT capabilities, so it just depends on the product. But that license could be anywhere between $10,000 a month to $50,000 a month, just depends. And then there's revenue share. If the partner is generating revenue through our technology, that could be programmatic ads, sponsorship, selling NFT collectibles, selling tickets or merchandise. We'll participate in that as well.
Right. Because if they have that attention, then they're also going to put more things through your.
And we're bringing the product to life from end to end, from start to finish with the partner. So we're fully aligned with revenue share there as well, and we are with MX Player. So in their case, because they have so many people watching, they just surpassed 1 billion downloads, which is just insane. Billion with a B. Their whole model is programmatic ads. So we're sharing 50% of all the revenue they're generating. They just cut us a check every quarter. So, that's why it was so amazing to expand from 1 to 4 projects, because that went from around a $200,000 opportunity to an $800,000 opportunity, close to $1 million partnership. And we just need 100 of those types of partners to be $100 million business. So that's kind of the path we're laying.
So on top of that, they're so confident. They're not just expanding out to other sports on MX Player. Their financing arm Brand Capital International, is putting $6 million into you guys over 3 years. That's Matt, before we discuss the terms or just kind of the reason for that, is that the kind of third-party validation that just cements you guys in India?
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, they went from very authentically, they went from small customer to big customer to investor. And there's so much more we're working on them that behind the scenes on what's next. They're an amazing partner. We really, both teams are really enjoying working together on a daily basis. But yeah, to see it go from small customer to big customer and then to an investor is, you know, a true validation of our product, of our team, and the hard work we've been putting behind the scenes since we went public and before we went public, you know, just in June. It's great validation, not only for, again, potential partners, but also shareholders who are looking at what we're doing and potentially looking to get involved in GameOn.
And you probably can't provide specifics, but when I saw that, I said $6 million. I said to myself, well, hold on, the GameOn technology stack, the platform stack is pretty well developed. I mean, it's never final in technology. You're always iterating and updating. But I said, for that amount of money, you guys are probably talking about more and bigger opportunities, right? That can't be just for the platform, just for what, by the way, if it was, it would be amazing. But is it safe to assume they've got bigger plans for you?
Yeah, you know, they see us as the thought leader in the space. They see what we're doing not only in gamification, but in the NFT and blockchain space, where India is a very nascent market for those new technologies, and nascent, but market that will be big for NFTs and collectibles. So they're seeing what we're doing and they're coming to us and asking us how we can help them achieve some of their internal strategic goals. So you're certainly going to see more and more from our partnership with Times and MX Play and some of their other companies. And then the other thing is that the investment comes with a strategic push into India. So they don't want to keep us to themselves. They are aligned now to drive us into other companies in India. So they're going to be our men and women on the ground driving GameOn into other Indian companies as well, not just into their properties.
In a massive economy where obviously I'm assuming you don't really have boots on the ground right now because you're still in your growth cycle. So, I mean, I can't wait to see that on its own could be a massive company maker. Just this Indian, growth phase over the next 24 months.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, we don't have the people on the ground there, obviously, but even if we did, we're able to deploy people there. You know, a market like India, it's a different cultural, experience, a different way of doing business. Even where I'm from in Australia, it's a different way of doing business than here in North America. So it's such an advantage to have a team there that's from there and knows how to do deals there, knows how to do business there, and they're going to be an extension of our team now. So we're excited to get to work with them.
You've mentioned in this conversation a couple of times NFTs. So let's get down to that, because the other investment that you got, and I'm curious as to how it ties in, the other investment you got, a non-dilutive investment from Polygon Studios to provide funding for 50% of your ongoing product development costs in the NFT space. And before I ask you a question, I want people to know that Polygon is a pioneering blockchain that has onboarded millions into the Web3 ecosystem. They've committed $100 million to projects leading to the transition to Web3. And some of their investments already include DraftKings, Define, and now you guys. So this isn't, that's unbelievably strategic money coming in. Let's first talk about what it's for. What do you guys do in the NFT space, and help us connect the dots as to how the NFTs fit into the business you've already described to us?
Yeah, so similarly to TV, right now buying and selling NFTs is very binary. It's the same thing: buy, sell, hopefully for a profit. There's not much else you can do with it. And that's a problem. The novelty of NFTs is going to wear off, and soon, even now, consumers are demanding a utility. They're demanding something else they can do with them. And what GameOn has done with our partners Chibi Dinos, which is a collection of 10,000 digital dinosaurs, is GameOn adds a layer of gamification. So soon in Q1, we're going to release a product where you can use those Chibi Dinos in a predictive gaming experience. Those Chibi Dinos are basketball themed, there's going to be a basketball type prediction game where your chibi dinos can go up and down leaderboards, make predictions, maybe be benched if you perform really badly, win more NFTs, win in real life experiences to go to games and things like that. So it adds a layer of utility. What we haven't done there is obviously provide NFT services like the creation and minting and selling of NFTs. Chibi dinos already have that down pat. But we have other partners coming to us and saying, hey, we see NFTs, we want to do NFTs, but we don't know how. Can you also provide the creation, minting, and selling of NFTs, a marketplace where you can sell on a secondary manner?
Wow.
But then also bring the gamification element to it. They want us to provide the full stack. So over the last few months, we've been doing a lot of discovery and diligence on how we could enter that space. We want it to be a combination of M&A and strategic money. And the first move we've made here is with Polygon. So Polygon are, one of the biggest blockchains, $20 billion market cap, also based in India, but they're big worldwide. And they've recently outperformed some of the bigger blockchains. Their coin, their cryptocurrency is Matic, M-A-T-I-C. And if you look at their chart, it's incredible.
I'm writing that down.
But more importantly, they're going to provide us with funding and financing for half of our development costs on their platform. So for us, and it's non-dilutive, which is a very important part. So for us, we're going to have an influx of resources and developers to build on the blockchain. For them, we're going to be bringing really cool games and experiences to their blockchain. So it's a two-way partnership where they don't want ownership of shares. So that's why they're willing to do it in a non-dilutive manner, which is great for our shareholders. But yeah, this is for sure one of the most significant announcements to date, and is going to provide a pathway where we can now build on Polygon and provide the full stack of NFT game services to our partners.
I find that part to be incredible because you guys first start off with the Digi Dinosaurs as your own NFTs, but the fact that you have partners talk to you about, hey, can you create the entire NFT experience for us from soup to nuts? Man, then now you're talking a scale that I don't think any of us even thought about 2 weeks ago, let alone 2 months ago.
Yeah, and we're not just chasing any shiny object as well. We're doing
No.
this because we're the right people to do it. Our chief product officer, Santi Jaramillo, before us was at Dapper Labs, where he literally conceived and built NBA Top Shot, which is one of the biggest NFT companies in the world right now. They're nearing $1 billion in sales. So we looked at this opportunity. We saw a way to partner with the likes of Polygon, and we're the right people to do it. So we're excited.
Yeah, and again, the third-party validation of not one, but two major strategic financing groups out of India who have seen what you can do and are, really heavily committing to you. I think that says almost everything, especially for investors at home who still don't know, Matt, in all fairness, to investor at home, they don't know how to assess this yet because your core technology is providing the in-game prediction is new to them. Then throw NFT on top of that, then they don't know. So for everyone home that's watching or listening, third-party validation in these situations is everything, especially because we know there are a lot of people out there who are talking about, I'm going to create George Bucks, a cryptocurrency. I'm going to create George Com NFTs, and it sounds like it's something great. And you have no way to assess it. And they turn out to be just what we call rug pulls or people just running frauds just to collect cash. Here, you got two big companies who are saying, hey, we're going to back your success. I think that's awesome. So going forward, Matt, how much of your business do you see coming from the traditional, kind of like what you did with MX Player and traditional sports versus how much might be coming in from new areas like the NFTs and the metaverse?
I think we're going to see that both of those worlds blend and cross over quite a bit. It's those traditional guys that, we explained the problem that they're experiencing where people aren't watching in the same way. They need the metaverse. They need NFTs and collectibles to keep up, or they're going to be lost. And they know it. They realize it, and they're coming to us to ask how to do it. So I think actually it's going to blend over quite a bit. How much of our business will be NFT related versus not? That's still to be determined. But we're really excited about NFTs because from a business standpoint, from a revenue standpoint, that revenue share I mentioned is part of most of our deals. That allows us to be literally written into the smart contract and receive a piece of every NFT sale in perpetuity. That's incredible. That's a great revenue stream for us. So we're really bullish on that, and that's a big reason why we decided to dive deep into this space.
A lot of our viewers are obviously mostly North American based, so I'm thinking that as they're watching or listening, they're thinking to themselves, "Hey, given this success already in India, how is the North American side? How's the pipeline looking on this side of the ocean?"
Yep. Before I answer that, I've got a couple minutes, and then I've got to jump off.
Yep. We're right at the end, anyways.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting to look at our partners right now and where they are. About 40% are in North America. The rest are worldwide in Europe, Australia, and India. So, our technology, first of all, it's borderless, which is fantastic. And I love that about our technology, is that we can do, deals no matter anywhere in the world, in any language, for any content. Kabaddi, for example, in India, we're able to plug in that data and get that up and running fairly quickly. So first of all, it's borderless, but we're excited to continue taking this worldwide. We're the low-hanging fruit, and we're in North America, so we're going after companies here. But we're seeing opportunities where we can double down on places like India or Europe, where we're going to have some bolstered support. But from a partnership standpoint, we're outreaching all the time. Our VP of partnerships, who joined a few months ago now, comes from Madison Square Garden. I come from the Brooklyn Nets. We both sold at those organizations where we were friendly competitors for a little bit, but now we're joining forces here at GameOn. But we're outreaching all the time, and we're not limited to where. We're just reaching out to where we think the best opportunities are, because we can deploy this technology anywhere.
Clearly, Matt, congratulations on this great success. You guys have been public less than 6 months and delivering unbelievable results. Still, something for investors to get their minds wrapped around. But you know what? It makes it easy to understand success. And when you have the kind of success you had with the 2 million impressions in 3 weeks, and the finance that you've been able to lock down, and further partnership, that says a lot. Can't wait to have you back. And just as an indication of how busy you are, you got to jump off in the middle. You're getting messages saying we need to speak to you. So that's awesome. Thanks so much. For everybody home, you've been watching or listening by podcast to Matt Bailey. He's CEO of GameOn Entertainment, trades on the CSC under GET, G-E-T, and for our friends in the US, GMETF. Start your due diligence on Agoracom, then hop over to the company's website. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day. See you next time.
Thanks, George. Bye-bye.
Hey guys, the video's over, but don't forget to help your company by liking it and even leaving a comment below. And then don't forget to help yourself by subscribing to our YouTube channel so you never miss another great Agoracom small cap video.